Hi, thank you for joining me for more spiritual insight. Today, I want to discuss something about what do you do when somebody aggressively comes at you, either not in a place to resolve an issue, but more confrontational. A lot of people right now are going like up in arms against one another. There's rioting, there's looting. It goes down from the littlest, from child to parent to neighbor, extended family members. This is just what's been going on. There's a change in the frequency on the planet, so people are not feeling themselves, including myself, even though I have very good practices and I will recommend them to you. But this is a time I feel like, yes, I'm a firm believer in upholding your boundaries, but I think compassion also comes to play where you have to, at least I think it's a softer way to go, to believe that everyone is trying their best. And does it hurt less? Maybe a little bit, not much. So people are wanting to argue, they're wanting to have their voices heard. To me, it seems like at all cost. That's a bit of an issue here, at all cost. So just some suggestions to help you get through this is realize it's not really personal. Even if they're saying you're the worst parent ever, you're the worst lover, sister, whatever the case may be, the situation is this horrible energy is coming up from them, right? It's almost like the vibration on the planet shifting higher and higher frequency as we go into 5D, and it's bringing up all this gunk. So I'm just going to tell you, like for me personally, yes, I am meditating on this. I am praying for the people involved. But I did put on my rose quartz necklace because I feel like I need this today. My pink tourmaline is with me. My rose quartz is with me. And even with the good practices, I've really been struggling, and there's not like a lot going on. I'm really upset about this. I'm really worried about this. It's not that, so it makes me wonder, is the empath in us making it even more challenging because we're feeling everyone else's fear and anger and anxiety, making it that much harder for us to be at peace, for us to sleep, just to go about our daily lives. I mean, a lot of us that I've been talking to that are in this line of work are having difficulties even, it feels like putting one step in front of the other, trying to get anything accomplished. And yesterday, I finally was able to get out into nature, to a natural spring, and that was very beneficial. I felt so much lighter coming home, and I highly recommend that as well. Get out into nature as much as possible. I mean, in Tampa, it's very, very hot. So I do feel a little bit more caged up, and that's really making this whole process much more challenging for me. So, if there's someone in particular in your life, I would, just my own approach is let them say what they have to say. If it's very damaging, I'll take a step back and, like, I'm not having this conversation, or don't speak to me in that manner. But I'm pulling back because at this time I'm feeling pretty horrific as well inside, like I'm working on my energy. So it's necessary. I don't want to strike out in anger. I don't want to hurt those that I love, or even people that I don't know. Like somebody got snarly with me yesterday in the spring, and I just stared at the person. It was really interesting to me how rude and inconsiderate. And I'm like, I'm not going to make this situation worse. And that's what I've been trying to do. When somebody comes at me, I do the 90-second rule. Like, okay, I feel these emotions, because I also don't believe in squashing it down. And I'm like, okay, I can choose to be really angry or hurt about this situation, or I can choose not to focus and dwell on it, not to chew on it. And I just think that's a healthier way to go, because I used to be the type of person that would gnaw on something forever. So now it's like, yeah, I'm not going to let that impact my day. I'm going to try to do my best to shed it. But again, even if something's not happening directly to me, I feel the energy of those around me, and I'm trying to cut cords and put up my bubble of protection around me just to feel safe. I miss those feelings of, because yesterday, like, I really did have to go out. There's a lack of joyfulness with a lot of us, right? Normally, I'm used to feeling very alive, very happy and motivated. And as I reach out to my friends, we're all seeming to struggle. This is a time, and I really think it's because the earth is trying to move into a different frequency and get rid of the old paradigm. We are all connected. It's called entanglement, okay? And I can't do something like if I choose to hurt someone else without hurting myself. And I read this book by Greg Braden, the scientist, and I loved it. A friend of his was saying that this whole field that they were looking at, like 27 acres, was I think it was sage, and it was like it's one plant, and it kind of confused Greg in the beginning. But underneath the soil, all the roots are interconnecting, and that's how we are. We are connected to everything that is. So that's why I'm saying if we could have more compassion with someone who's struggling with this energy, we're actually having more compassion on ourselves. I know it stings a little bit, but if we add anything negative, that's not making the situation better. It's not making the planet, our community, anything better, our family better, family better. Well, we are. That is true, actually. But we're just not making our world on any level better if we react. So I like to look at things from a bird's eye view, like, okay, if that's the way that person is feeling, the feelings are valid, right? And they're going to have to work things out. Does that mean I'm going to allow myself to be a scapegoat? No. Take a little space, go do it over there. But they have every right to process all this negativity that's surfacing. So I think that we should be trying to handle situations like this with care, compassion, and maybe even a little bit of gratitude, because it could possibly be bringing things up for us to be working on. So I hope that this helps. If you enjoyed it, like if it's ringing true to you, leave your comments below, and also give me a thumbs up if you got value out of this, and subscribe. Many blessings to you. Namaste.